गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकविवर्जितः। गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च। मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम्। गीतासु गीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता। भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतं। गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतमेको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव। एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। जनार्दनं जगन्नाथं जगज्जाड्यविनाशकं जामदग्न्यं परञ्ज्योतिः तं वन्दे जलजायिनम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। चतुर्भुजं चिदानन्दं मल्लचानूरमर्दनं चराचरगतं देवं तं वन्दे चक्रपाणिनम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। श्रियःकरं श्रियोनाथं श्रीधरं श्रीवरप्रदं श्रीवत्सलधरं सौम्यं तं वन्दे श्रीसुरेश्वरम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। योगीश्वरं यज्ञपतिं यशोदानन्ददायकं यमुनाजलकल्लोलं तं वन्दे यदुनायकम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। शालिग्रामशिलाशोधं शङ्खचक्रोपशोभितं सुरासुरैः सदा सेव्यं तं वन्दे साधुवल्लभम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। त्रिविक्रमं तपोमूर्तिं त्रिविधाघौघानाशनं त्रिस्थलं तीर्थराजेन्द्रं तं वन्दे तुलसीप्रियम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। अनन्तम् आदिपुरुषम् अच्युतं च वरप्रदम् आनन्दं च सदानन्दं तं वन्दे चाखनाशनम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। लिङ्गयाधृतभूभारं लोकसत्त्वैकवन्दितं लोकेश्वरं च श्रीकान्तं तं वन्दे लक्ष्मणप्रियम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। हरिं च हरिणाक्षं च हरिनाथं हरप्रियं हलायुधसहायं च तं वन्दे हनुमत्पतिम्। ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिस्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। अस्तु. So we stopped at shloka number 26. So let us start 27. Bhagini, Allirani, Bhagini.
madam, namaskaraha.
Namaskaraha.
26th manya.
27 Pathaniyam, page number 39.
27th padniyam. Okay.
Sabhavat.
प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनं योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम् प्रशान्तमनसं हि एनं योगिनं सुखम् उत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतम् अकल्मषम् प्रशान्तमनसं मनसः सकारांत नपुंसकलिङ्गशब्दं मेनं
पुंलिङ्गम् अत्र समासपदं खलु. सो प्रशान्तं मनसः यस्य सः, सो प्रशान्तमनसम् इस् पुंलिङ्ग विभक्ति
पुल्लिङ्ग सकारांत पुल्लिङ्ग द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं हि अव्ययम् एनं एतत् शब्दः द्वितीया विभक्ति सर्वनाम शब्दः द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनम्
इदं शब्दस्य
इदं शब्दस्य
एतत् शब्दस्य एषः एतं तथा
एषः एव महोदय एषः एव
अत्र एषः
एतत् शब्दः एषः रूपः एषं येनम् अस्ति किल द्वितीयान्तम्
आमामाम् అంటే అర్థం సమానం किन्तु इदं शब्दस्य रूपम् इति तत् शब्दस्य रूपम् एषः एतौ एते एतम् एतौ एतान् तथा अत्र इदं शब्दस्य पुंलिङ्गरूपं द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनम् अयम् इमौ इमे तथा
योगिनं शब्दः नकारान्त शब्दः पुल्लिङ्गः द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं सुखं नपुंसकलिङ्गं कारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्गं प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं उत्तमम् उत्तम शब्दः अकारान्त शब्दः नपुंसकलिङ्गः द्वितीया एकवचनं उप उप अव्ययम् एति अव्ययम् शान्तरजसं रजसः सकारान्तः शान्तरजशब्दः द्वितीय एकवचनं पुल्लिङ्गम् एव पुल्लिङ्गं ब्रह्मभूतम् अकल्मषं ब्रह्मभूतं ब्रह्मभूतम् अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्गशब्दः द्वितीयाप्ति एकवचनम् अकल्मषम् अकारान्त पुंसकलिङ्ग पुल्लिङ्ग पुल्लिङ्गशब्दः द्वितीयाप्ति एकवचनं नपुंसकलिङ्ग द्वितीयाप्ति एकवचनं
प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं वा एकवारं पश्यामि
प्रथमा विभक्ति
द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं भवति
ब्रह्मभूतं द्वितीया विभक्ति
अकल्मषमपि द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं
अकल्मषमपि योगिनम् इति पदविशेषणमस्ति
अतः
पुल्लिङ्गं
पुल्लिङ्गः एव भवति
पदार्थः प्रशान्तमनसं हि शान्तचित्तं शान्तरजसं नष्टरजोगुणम् अकल्मषं विषयशून्यं ब्रह्मभूतं ब्रह्मणि निलीनं जीवन्मुक्तं येनम् अमुं योगिनं समाधिनिष्ठम् उत्तमं निरतिशयं सुखम् उपैति उपगच्छति अन्वयः प्रशान्तमनसं हि शान्तरजसम् अकल्मषं ब्रह्मभूतं येनं योगिनं उत्तमं सुखम् उपैति तात्पर्यं यस्य मनः एवं शान्तं भवति तम् उत्तमं सुखं प्राप्नोति तस्य विषयरूपकल्मषं प्रक्षीणं भवति सः अपगतकल्मषः जीवन्मुक्तः भवति माध्वमतं ब्रह्मणि स्थितिवन्तमेनं योगिनं सुखमुपैति रामानुजमतं ब्रह्मभूतं स्वस्वरूपेणावस्थितं प्रश्नाः उत्तमं सुखं कम् उपैति योगिनम् उत्तमं सुखम् उपैति उत्तमं सुखं कीदृशं योगिनम् उपैति उत्तमं सुखं प्रशान्तमनसं शान्तरजसम् अकल्मषं ब्रह्मभूतं योगिनम् उपैति
अकल्मषं च
ब्रह्मभूतम् अपि ब्रह्मभूतं च योगिनम् उपैति योगिनं किमुपैति उत्तमसुखम् उपैति ब्रह्मभूतः इत्यस्य कोऽर्थः ब्रह्मभूतः इत्यर्थः ब्रह्मणि निलीनम् अथवा जीवन्मुक्तः अर्थः सन्धिः हेनं सन्धिः समासः प्रशान्तमनसं प्रशान्तं मनः यस्य सः प्रशान्तमनः तं बहुव्रीहिः शान्तरजसं शान्तं रजः यस्य सः शान्तिरजाः तं बहुव्रीहिः ब्रह्मभूतः तं द्वितीय विभक्ति तत्पुरुष अकल्मषं न विद्यते कल्मषं यस्मिन् सः तं न बहुव्रीहिः
तो अत्र क्रियापदं किम्
उपैति
कर्तृपदं
योगिनं योगी अशान्तमनसं योगिनं एनं योगिनं
एनं विशेषणं तु योगिनं किन्तु इति द्वितीया विभक्तौ अस्ति अतः कर्तृपदं भवितुं न अर्हति पदं किं सुखं योगिनम् उपैति so the sukham will come to the yogi it will give itself to the yogi varisthar kada sukham yogini varistundi in that sense so yoginam upaiti so sukham iti kartrupadam कीदृशं सुखम्
कीदृशं प्रशान्तम् उत्तमं सुखम्
अतः उत्तमम् इति विशेषणं सुखम् इति पदस्य विशेषणं so उत्तमं सुखं योगिनम् उपैति कीदृशं योगिनं
प्रशान्तमनसं शान्तरसम् शान्तरजसम् अकल्मषं ब्रह्मभूतं योगिनम् उत्तमं सुखम् उपैति।
अतः प्रशान्तमनसं शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतम् अकल्मषम् एनं सर्वाणि विशेषणानि योगिनं अस्तु. So here basically the prashanta manasam. So how will one obtain the prashanta manasam? That yogi should be of prashanta manas. So not everyone who practices yoga are capable of having all these qualities. While they are still practicing, while the abhyasa, yoga abhyasa is going on, these are all the factors that one has to acquire. These are all the qualities that yogi has to acquire in order to obtain this sukham. Once he acquires all these qualities, the Atyantikam Sukham itself will come to him, will come to the yogi. We need not go in search of any Sukham. Right now, we are going in search of Sukham. What will give me happiness? Okay, getting this job, purchasing a house, having a child. So like this, we have so many things that we think will give us Sukham. They are giving us Sukham, but those are all temporary Sukhams. But to obtain that Atyantikam Akhanda Sukham, these are the things one has to practice. And he who practices these, to him, that Sukham itself will come to him, will come to that yogi. So that is why this Prashanta Manasam means the Manas, always the stress is on the Manas. It is very chanchalam. So it is very difficult to keep it under control. So that is the reason why that quality is again and again and again mentioned. So basically the manas should be under control, prashantam. When will it be quiet and peaceful? When it is not running over all the place. So we have to have complete control over it and make it focus on the inside, on the Paramatma. So, and shut down all the indriyas so that the manas will not be disturbed. So to such kind of person, to such kind of yogi, the Sukham will come by itself. And Shuddha Manas. Manas should be Shuddha. That is also another way of controlling it. Simply without clearing the Manas, we cannot put it under control. So first that we should clean it up. Cleaning it up in the sense, we should not focus on things that are not good for the mind. The unnecessary things, unnecessary works, unnecessary talks, unnecessary watching things that are not good for the mind. Such things first we have to shut down. Then it will become Shuddha. Then it will be easy for us to control the manas because right now it is Shuddha, like that. And then in the Yoga Shastram, they have a sutra which explains how to practice having a Prashanta Manasam. So here in this sutra, the things that are mentioned are 4 things are mentioned. One is Maitri, the second one is Karuna, the third one is Muditam, and the fourth one is Upeksha. So Maitri, Karuna, Muditopekshanam, Sukha Dukkha Punya Punya Vishayanam.
Yeah, Kauder. Again.
Chittas Prasadanam. Someone is asking some question? No. Okay. So basically here these factors are mentioned on how to keep the manas shuddha. So Maitri, we all know what Maitri is. Friendship. It is not simply some kind of friendship. In this friendship, how should we be when people around us or with whomever we are making this Maitri? If they are happy, we should feel happy. If they are sad, we should also feel the pain. We should feel that it is our own pain and try to resolve it. Many times there will be so many friends who everybody calls like, oh, we have so many friends. But among those friends, again, when you talk to them, they will be complaining about how those friends are jealous of them or they don't like certain things and this and that, right? You hear such complaints among friends. So that is not real Maitri. Real Maitri is when everybody is able to give or share that happiness. Whatever happens with one person, everybody is able to feel happy. about the success that that person has acquired, or whatever has good has happened to him. So such kind of Maitri we have to practice. When we practice such kind of Maitri, automatically the manas will be Prashantam. Why? Because we are not agitated. We are not getting jealous about somebody. The minute we get anger or jealous or such things, that is when the manas is troubling, right? It is unsettling. And then Karuna. Karuna is compassion. Compassion towards anyone who is suffering any kind of pain, physical pain, or mind, like they are stressed out for some reason, and agony, some kind of mental agony they are facing. So any kind of thing, not only with the people around us, with every prani, if we are able to have compassion towards every prani that we come across, then that is called karuna. And if we practice having karuna towards every being, then again we can see that the manas will be at ease or at peace. Muditam is again happiness. Muditam is to be happy when others are also doing good things.
Mahodaya,
Now,
na shruyate.
Na shruyate?
Na shruyate, Mahodaya.
Others, are you
not listening?
Others, are you able to hear me? Oh, he dropped out. Mahodaya, others, are you able to hear me?
Na shruyate mata.
Are you all able to hear me now?
Now, yes.
Now, yes. But
Okay.
so far, we could not
so far, no.
hear. Madam.
2 minute silence.
Okay. I'm sorry. I think the connection, it did not show me anything, but it dropped suddenly.
Disrupted, yes.
So Maitri, you all heard the discussion on Maitri?
Yes, you had just started that.
Okay. So
Maitri and Karuna.
Maitri and Karuna. In Yoga Shastra, how to obtain this Prashanta Manas is given in a sutra. So there they state 4 factors: Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upeksha. Okay, so Maitri is to be happy with the success of others, people around us. Many times we find that people get jealous, even if it is among their own family or among the close friends or neighbors also. When somebody is successful, they feel a little jealousy, unknowingly, not to cause any harm, but sometimes unknowingly that feeling comes. So that also we have to make sure we should to avoid such kind of thoughts or feelings. And Karuna, having compassion on all the pranis. So we should feel the pain of others. Oh, this is not my thing, so let me not worry about it. Not like that, but we should feel that compassion, that pain. And then muditam, to be happy when the others are doing something good. We may not be able to do everything. We might want to do so many things, but there is only so much in our hands. So we may not be able to do everything. Sometimes when other people are doing things that we want to do but are unable to do, then also some people will get jealous. So they'll try to point out all the shortcomings in whatever they are doing. So such kind of mindset is also not good. We cannot have a Prashanta Manas with that kind of thinking. So we should learn to appreciate the good, whatever little the others are doing, that if we are able to also appreciate it and feel good about it, then also our mind will be at ease. Upeksha is when others are doing something bad, complaining about it all the time. So focusing so much on the bad things that others do. We need not talk so much about the bad things that others are doing. Okay, they are doing something bad. We tell them, if possible, to mend their ways and leave it at that. There is no point discussing hours together about what they are doing, right? So that also will keep our mind unstable, and talking so much about the negativity of the other person is not good for our mind also. So then our mind cannot be at peace. So that Prashanta Manas cannot be obtained. So this is something that is told in the Yoga Shastra. And by practicing all these, eventually we'll get this Prashanta Manas. So here the Prashanta Manas, like I always say, every word, whatever is being told in these shlokas is something that has already been told. Controlling the Manas, But in every shloka, a new word is being introduced and there is a reason. So slowly, whatever is told in the other Shastras is also being referred here. That is how we can look at it. So this Prashanta Manas can be obtained by practicing these four. Okay. So any questions in this shloka? Astu. Anantaram Savitri Bhagini patitum ichchati va?
युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेनं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अत्यन्तं सुखम् अश्नुते युञ्जन् एवं सदात्मानं योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेन ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अत्यन्तं सुखम् अश्नुते युञ्जन् युज् धातु शत्रु प्रयोगं वा शत्रु
प्रथमा विभक्ति
प्रथमा एकवचनम् एवं अव्ययं सदात्मानं नकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्गं प्रथमा विभक्ति
सदा पृथक् आत्मानं पृथक्
ओ सदा आकारान्त स्त्रीलिङ्गं वा सदा
अव्ययं सदा यदा तदा तदा अव्ययम्
आत्मानं नकारान्तः नपुंसकलिङ्गं प्रथमा
पुल्लिंगा है
I'm sorry पुल्लिङ्ग I did wrongly
आत्मन् शब्दं
आत्मन् शब्दं नकारान्तं पुल्लिङ्ग प्रथमा विभक्ति
आत्मानं
आत्मानं द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं योगी योगिन् शब्दस्य नकारान्त पुल्लिङ्ग प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं
पुंलिङ्गमेव नपुंसकं नास्ति पुंलिङ्गं प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं
नकारान्त I said नकारान्त पुल्लिङ्ग
आमां नकारान्त yes
विगतकल्मषः अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्ग प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं सुखेन तृतीया विभक्ति अकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्ग तृतीया विभक्ति एकवचनं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्ग द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं अत्यन्तम् अव्ययं सुखम् अव्ययं वा
सुखमपि नपुंसकलिङ्गं या विभक्ति एकवचनं
द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं नपुंसकलिङ्गम् अश्नुते अश्नुते अश् धातु लट् लकारः आत्मनेपदी प्रथमपुरुष एकवचनं पदार्थ विगतकल्मषः अपगतपापः योगी योगी एवम् इत्थम् आत्मानं स्वं सदा सर्वदा युञ्जन् योजयन् सुखेन अनायासेन अत्यन्तम् अतीव सुखम् आनन्दकरं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शं परमात्म संपर्कं अश्नुते लभते अन्वयः विगतकल्मषः योगी एवम् आत्मानं सदा युञ्जन् सुखेन अत्यन्तं सुखं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते तात्पर्यम् अनेन प्रकारेण सर्वदा यः आत्मानं प्रवर्तयति सः योगी विषयरूप कश्मलरहितः भवति सः अनायासेन अत्यन्तं सुखकरं ब्रह्म संबन्धं प्राप्नोति माध्वमतं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शं भगवत् संसर्गात् अभिव्यक्तम् अतिशयितं सुखं प्राप्नोति प्रश्न योगी कम युञ्जन् ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते योगी आत्मानं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते कीदृशो योगी ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते विगतकल्मषः योगी ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते योगी ब्रह्म संस्पर्शं कथम् अश्नुते योगी ब्रह्म संस्पर्शं सुखेन अश्नुते योगी कम अश्नुते योगी ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते
Hmm.
कः ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते योगी ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते व्याकरणं सन्धिः युञ्जन् एवं युञ्जन् प्लस एवं यमुडागम सन्धिः सदात्मानं सदा प्लस आत्मानं सवर्णदीर्घ सन्धिः समासः विगतकल्मषः विगतः कल्मषः यस्मात् सः बहुव्रीहि समासः ब्रह्म संस्पर्शं ब्रह्मणः संस्पर्शः तं षष्ठी तत्पुरुषसमासः कृदन्तः युञ्जन् युज् प्लस शत्रुप्रयोग युञ्जन्
अस्तु सो अत्र क्रियापदं किम्
विगतकर्म योगी सुखमश्नुते न सुखेन सदात्मान योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेन ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अत्यन्तं सुखम् अश्नुते अश्नुते
अश्नुते क्रियापदं
क्रियापदं कर्तृ सदात्मानं योगी योगी
योगी योगी कीदृशः योगी अश्नुते
युञ्जन्नेव सदात्मान योगी
विगतकल्मषः योगी अश्नुते
विगतकल्मषः योगी
विगतकल्मषः योगी किं कुर्वन् अश्नुते
आत्मानं सदा युञ्जन्
आत्मानं सदा युञ्जन् अश्नुते
अश्नुते
ओके एवम् आत्मानम् एवं सदा युञ्जन् विगतकल्मषः योगी अश्नुते कथम् अश्नुते
सुखेन
सुखेन अश्नुते योगी किम् अश्नुते
ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अश्नुते
सुखम् अश्नुते कीदृशम् और सुखं पुनः किं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अत्यन्तं सुखं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शः
अश्नुते
अत्यन्तं सुखं ब्रह्म संस्पर्शं च विगतकल्मषः योगी एवं आत्मानं सदा युञ्जन् सुखेन अश्नुते okay so here karmapadam is yogi vigatakalmashaha is visheshana to yogi yunjan is vartamana samana kala always shatranta words will be vartamana samana kala to the karta okay sada is kriya visheshanam to yunjan evam is kriya visheshana to yunjan both these sada and evam both can be marked as kriya visheshanas to yunjan atmanam yunjan so atmanam is karma to yunjan and then sukham is the karma padam to ashnute and brahma samsparsham is also karma padam to ashnute so when we have two karma padams we join them we only connect one to the kriya padam and the other one we connect as samuchchita okay samuchchita to the karma padam which is connected to the kriya like say for example Ramah Sita Lakshmanah Vanam Gacchanti so here only one word we connected to Gacchanti say for example we pick Lakshmanah to be connected to Gacchanti Ramah and Sita will be connected to Lakshmanah as Samuchchita okay Samuchchita means just joining simply and we will have a cha compulsory we should have a cha even if it is not provided in the shloka for whatever reason then we take adhyahritam of cha and we mark it as a samuchchaya dyotaka okay so then Ramah Sita Lakshmanah cha vanam gacchanti but all three will have the same status of karta but any karaka words any of the karaka words if there are more than one in a particular sentence or a shloka they should not be connected all of them should not be connected to the kriya only one should be connected and the other will be connected as a samuchchita so here sukham you can pick anyone there is no difference whichever you pick also there is no difference all three will have the same status it is just that since we cannot connect all the three of them directly as either karta or karma or karana or sampradana or except adhikarana all the other 5 karakas should not be connected directly. Okay.
Okay.
So we have to take the samuchita. So here sukham, if we connect as karma padam, then brahma samsparsham will be samuchita. It will be connected to sukham. And atyantam will be visheshana to sukham. Astu.
Okay.
So here yunjan, atmanam yunjan, vigata kalmashaha yogi ashnute, sukham ashnute. So here also there are certain things that are mentioned as yogantaras. Antarayam. Antarayam is obstacle. Yogantarayam. So which pose as an obstacles to one who is practicing yoga abhyasam. So what are those yogantarayams? Okay, what are those antarayams to the yoga abhyasa? One is vyadhi. If somebody is suffering from some kind of sickness to the point where they cannot practice yoga, so that is an antarayam. Okay, so we have to take care, because our goal should always be to do yoga abhyasam. After the grihastha or even during the grihastha, we have seen how one can practice yoga abhyasam to the extent where how much ever we can. So to practice yoga abhyasam, our body should be supporting us, because to sit in one place and focus our mind on something, it is not an easy task. We need a lot of energy for that. So we have to make sure our body is supporting that. So we should also make sure to be in good health by practicing good eating habits and a little vyayamam and proper rest, so that we can avoid getting vyadhis. And even if we have some kind of vyadhi, to make sure it is in controllable level, so that we can still do the yoga abhyasa. So vyadhi is one antarayam for yoga abhyasam. The second one is styanam. Styanam means a state where not doing anything. Akarmanyata. Okay.
What is that word? Styanam.
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 Means not doing any useful things, any useful karyani. Like useful.
ध्यानम् इति क्या वा?
Styanam. Sakara.
ध्यानम्.
Sakara, takara. Ta is in tabala. Takara, and then yakara, akara, styanam. So here it is not doing any proper karyams, like things that are like our duties or anything for our upliftment of our adhyatmakam. Any kind of such things, not doing such things is styanam. So sometimes there will be some kind of alasatvam, where you don't feel like doing any useful things, or maybe they don't believe in that path. Oh, I don't have to do that. So that kind of attitude. So such things, that is also an antarayam, right? For the yoga abhyasa. So we should also be able to recognize that we have such things, and we should by yatna purvakam. Okay, we have to try and get rid of such kind of thinking also. And then samshayam. This also falls under, I hear a few people saying, whenever we listen to the Bhagavad Gita shlokas and how we should be, how to mend our ways, because we didn't know many things from before. So when we listen to such things, that then we have to learn, okay, these are the things that as a human I should be practicing. So within our capacity, we should at least try to practice. But some people, they think that only for listening, they listen, they appreciate, but when it comes to practicing, they think it is not their thing. Oh, that is only for some yogis. I am not a yogi. I am a mere human. So such kind of things also I have heard a few people say. Of course, it is not easy to practice, and definitely a yogi is much way ahead of us all. But still, that should not stop us from, 1 second, I will close the door. So some people think that should I really practice this yoga abhyasam? Maybe I don't need it. It is, like that. That kind of samshayam is there. Should I really follow this? Should I really do this? That kind of samshayam will be there. So because of that samshayam, they are unable to practice yoga. So that is also an antarayam. And then pramadaha. Pramadaha is a kind of negligence or carelessness. Okay. So because of that, a person is in very good health. He has all the resources to practice yoga abhyasa, but he does not. Because of the negligence or carelessness. He knows that he has to do, but he doesn't want to do. But he wants good palitam. Palitam again they want. Okay. So that also there is a small shloka. Punyasya phalam icchanti, punyam nechanti manavaha, na papa phalam icchanti, papam kurvanti yatnataha. So what will people do? They keep doing all sorts of kriyas. They don't think when they are doing that, oh, what I'm doing is not correct. This will bring me papam. They don't think all that. So they go ahead and do without analyzing what they are doing. They go ahead and do, but they don't want the papam, the phalitam of the papam that they do. They don't want. They don't stop doing the papam, but they don't want the phalitam. They want the good phalitam, but they don't try to do the good. Such is the nature of many people. So that is pramadaha. Okay, that is the quality where one is being very careless or negligent. And then alasyam. Alasyam is laziness, mere laziness. So they simply, this is the tamogunam. When there is too much of tamogunam also, this happens. So because of that, the body takes over. The laziness of the body takes over the mind. So the mind is not able to control the body,
Mahodaye,
cooperating with the mind.
not audible.
Again, not audible.
Not able to hear, Mahodaye.
Ha. Is it clear now? Are you able to hear now? Today, I don't know why, but there are too many
Disturbances.
interruptions in the internet. Yeah. So basically, the alasatvam is where our body is not in our control because of the laziness. And then we have avirati. The next one is avirati. Means not unable to give up our old habits. Okay, give up the things or habits. So having too much of possessiveness over the things or people around us and some habits. So we have some habits we have to mend. Once we start the yoga abhyasa, many times we don't know, we don't have the knowledge of how to conduct ourselves or to keep our body healthy, right? So once we learn all this, oh, we have to eat satvika aharam, we have to change the way we eat, and mitaharam, all this, once we know, even after knowing, some people are unable to practice because they are unable to give up their old habits. And that is again an antarayana. So for the yoga abhyasa, because they are not able to get rid of their old, determination should be there. Lack of such determination will cause this. And then Bhranti Darshanam. Bhranti Darshanam is, you see many people getting confused with so many paths, or there are too many gurus out there. Each one is teaching something different. So whatever a person's mind, how will it be? They want to do something good, but they don't have the willpower or the determination to follow that path. So they try to pick something told by somebody, a guru or a doctor or whatever. They pick something that is easy for them to follow. So when somebody says, okay, you don't have to, especially the English doctors, What do they say? Oh, you can eat anything and everything. The day right after a big surgery also, they will say, oh, you can eat everything and anything. They don't follow the concept of patyam. Like after a sickness, we have to follow certain diet so that our body can heal quickly. But our English medicine, unfortunately, does not support that at all. So for people who might know a little bit about that, but they are unable to follow this diet because they crave for certain foods, they take the doctor's word. Okay, the doctor himself said I can eat anything. So they will find an excuse to stick to their old habits. That is Bhranti Darshanam. And they think that is the right path. They think that is the right path because it was quoted by somebody whom they can follow, like a doctor in case of health. When it comes to this practicing of spirituality, they follow some guru. So if a guru says, okay, you don't have to perform anything, no rituals, nothing, they will simply, take it because it is easy. They don't have to go through all the trouble of performing all the rituals. Oh, so and so guru said I don't have to do anything, but they don't see why that has been said. Even we have come across in these shlokas that the rituals are not important for somebody who has entered into the Jnana Marga. But whether we have entered into the Jnana Marga or not, we have to question, we have to check. But many people, it is easy, no, oh, you don't have to do anything, you can simply sit. So it is easy to practice. So they'll find an excuse. So that is Bhranti Darshanam. They think whatever path they are following is the right path based on certain things, certain factors. But we have to make sure whatever we are following, whether it is really the correct path, the right path, or we are being misled by ourselves, by our mind. And then the next Antarayanam is Alabdha Bhumitvam. Alabdha Bhumitvam is unable to move forward in the spiritual path. So no matter how much one tries, something or the other will come, some obstacle or the other. So they are not able to make any kind of progress. And that is how they feel. So because of that, they get discouraged. Because of that, they get discouraged. I am not able to make any kind of progress. No matter how hard I try, I am only lagging behind. So they give up. Okay, that is alabdha bhumitvam. So they are unable to focus because that is constantly. See, I'm doing all this. Like you see this constantly with people who are trying to lose weight. They try all sorts of things, but they are not losing. So what will they feel after a while? Oh, no matter what I do, I'm unable to lose any weight. So let me just not try like that. Similarly, in spiritual path also, for some people, they might feel like that. So they are unable to focus. That interest is lost because they think that it is unattainable. And then anavasthitvam. Anavasthitvam is we try, like I said, like I always say. So we think, okay, I should not eat sweets anymore. 1 week, I practice it very good. On the 8th day, I feel like eating something and I eat. And then I go back. Okay, 1 week I controlled, I did very nicely. So now today, let me enjoy. So we are taking 4 steps forward and then 5 steps backward, 4 steps forward and 5 steps backward. So that also will not help us with our progress because we are constantly falling back. So instead of when still that temptation or craving is there, instead of suppressing it and trying to follow whatever we are trying to do, rather than that, we should find a balance and go very, very, very slowly. Shanaihi, Shanaihi, that shloka is also there. So this has to be taken really slow. We cannot rush by suppressing our manas or indriyas. By suppressing, nothing will happen. It appears as though we have made a progress and we might make for a few days or a few months or whatever, but then the fall will be always there. So we have to conquer very slowly by constantly training our mind through mananam. Through mananam, we have to train the mind, and only when it is ready for it, that is when we have to move forward. So otherwise, this will happen, anavasthitvam. By that, we will keep falling back repeatedly, and again that is an antarayanam to the yoga abhyasa. So 9 of these are stated. Okay. These are all mentioned again in the Yoga Shastra. To attain Yoga Siddhi, one has to overcome these 9 Yogantarayams. Okay. Anantaram, there is another 4 mentioned as Dukkha, Daurmanasya, Angamejayatvam, and Shwasa Prashwasaha. So here, Dukkham, you know. Dukkham is again of 3 kinds as per Yoga Shastram. Adhibhautikam, Adhidaivikam, and Adhyatmikam. 3 kinds, right? Adhibhautikam is the Dukkham that is given, that is caused by other pranis. Okay, like other people are causing, are hurting us in some way. That kind of Dukkham is Adhibhautikam. Adhidaivikam. Adhidaivikam is the Dukkham caused to us by the nature, by the Prakriti. Okay, there is a storm and we got affected. There is a flood, we got affected. So that is Adhidaivikam. And Adhyatmikam. Adhyatmikam is a self-induced Dukkham. So we ourselves cause the Dukkham by having too much of desire or too much of this or that. That Dukkham is caused by ourselves. Okay, so that is the Dukkham. This also, because of this Dukkham also can cause an antarayanam to the yoga abhyasa. And Daurmanasyam means always having a sad mindset. So looking negativity in everything, sad, becoming sad about everything. Okay, I don't have enough. My health is not good enough. My, whatever, however, my means are not good enough. Like this, always finding ourselves or pitying ourselves. Daurmanasyam. And then the third one is Sharira Asthitvam. Asthiratvam. Sharira Asthiratvam. That is Angame Jayatvam. Angame Jayatvam is nothing but Sharira Asthitvam, which means you see some people, they cannot sit still even for 1 minute. They have to move constantly, something or the other. Even if they are sitting in a chair, their limbs will be moving. They will be, constantly moving. So that is Sharira Asthitvam. So Asana Siddhi cannot be obtained. Without Asana Siddhi, your mind cannot focus. There were 2 or 3 shlokas just about Asanam, right? How to sit, where to sit, how to prepare the place where you sit. All this has been explained. So if the Asana Siddhi itself is not there, how can somebody do the yoga abhyasa? So that is another antarayanam. And then pranayama. This shwasa prashwasaha is somebody having difficulty while doing the pranayama. So they are unable to practice it properly. So many interruptions are there, and we also have seen that the importance of pranayama in yoga abhyasa. So even if the pranayama is unable to be practiced properly, if one is unable to practice that properly, then also the yoga abhyasa cannot be performed. So these are again given separately, these 4 yogantarayas separately. These are also given in Yoga Shastra, but in a separate sutra. Okay, so these are all the antarayams that we have. So we have to also be able to recognize, okay, these are the antarayams that I'm having. So unless we know what the problem is, we cannot overcome it. So many times that is what happens even in our daily life. About yoga abhyasa, if we put that aside for a minute, when we are unable to do something so that the result is how we want, we have to first see what the problem is, where we are failing, and recognition of that, acceptance of that. If we are not able to accept that, we can never correct it. So the first step is to accept it. Though we know internally that there has been a mistake, many times we don't accept. And when we observe ourselves and our mind and how it works, we can notice that as long as we do not accept that mistake, we are also not willing to correct it. We are not open. Our mind is not open to correct it. So we have an ego problem when we to accept a mistake. So say, for example, today I cooked something and it did not come well. So if somebody points that out, I don't agree with them. I say, no, 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 it is either fine or no, that is how it should be, something like that. So will I make an effort next time to correct or think about it, how to make it better? I will not, because my mind is not ready to accept. So we have to first accept where we are going wrong or what problem is interrupting us from doing what we are doing. And then automatically the solution will come once we are ready to accept it. So we might not be using the right tools to get things done. So all such things we should observe. It is not always, we should not consider it as our shortcoming, because many times that is how people take it. They take it personally. So they take it personally. That is why they don't want to accept the mistake. But once we look at it, okay, I have the right intention. I am trying to get this job done in the right way, but it did not come in the right way. So something is missing. I missed out on something. What is it? With that attitude, if we approach, we will easily find where we are going wrong and we will be able to correct it. And then it will be, the outcome will be the best outcome based on the effort we have put. So similarly here in the yoga abhyasa also, because everybody wants to achieve this siddhi or that state, the prashanta manas. Who doesn't want to have a prashanta manas? Everybody, all of us want, but we are unable to have it no matter how much we try. Why? Because it is not an easy thing first to start with. So that is the reason why so many steps and so much of explanation is given. So we have to see where we are going wrong. So there are in so many ways this is explained. So we have to do this observation and see where we are going wrong. Do we have the right environment? Are we setting the right time? So we have to pick a time where there can be no disturbances. If we pick a time where everybody needs us for something or the other around the house, how is it going to happen? And then complaining about it is not happening doesn't make any sense. So we have to pick a time where there are the least number of disturbances, and always there can be some unexpected thing that comes up. So we have to inform people or switch off the phone, or certain things we have to take care, then that we can have that time, and then we will be able to focus. Otherwise, this also will happen, right? Oh, right when I sit to do some dhyanam or studying or this and that, somebody comes, this and that, I'm not able to do. These also we commonly hear. So for that, the solution is we have to find a time with least possibility of disturbance, and we also have to shut down certain things, like switch off the phone, shut the door, and go inside and tell the people that I will not be available for the next 15 minutes, something like that. So then there are more chances for us to go ahead. That is only with one thing that I'm explaining with the example, but even for all the other things also, we have to see how to handle it. Okay, I am capable of doing, but why am I not doing? What is stopping me from doing? Is it my mindset? Is it my interest on something else that is not allowing me to do this? So like this, if we practice thinking about it, sometimes that preparing the mind to do something also, it will take time. Suddenly today you will decide I have to walk 3 miles every day. Tomorrow, can you just wake up and walk 3 miles? Maybe tomorrow you will do, but day after tomorrow we cannot. So we have to train our mind. Okay, I have to start this routine of walking because it is necessary for my health. But what is feasible? Always we have to go with what is feasible, the least. So at least start with 15 minutes, how much ever we are able to walk. So like that, slowly, once the body builds up the strength, then we will be able to extend it. But suddenly today we want to walk 1 mile and tomorrow we are not able to walk anything because our body will be aching. So slowly, anything, everything slowly and steadily and with some planning. Only then we will be able to overcome all these obstacles. And understanding what the problem is, what is stopping us, where we are failing. These we can apply in every aspect of our life, not only in yoga abhyasa, in everything that we do every day. Even we can teach our children also. So these are the factors. So if we find our children not able to do some things which they want to do, but they are unable to do, we can explain, see, these are the factors that normally cause these kind of obstacles. So you can try and recognize which one of these categories that your obstacle is. What do you think? Is it because of you're unable to change your old habits? Is it because of you're unable to, or you're being misled by the way you are preparing? Like this. So we have to analyze what we are doing and where we are failing so that it will be easy for us to correct and go forward. So in that way, we can apply this to our daily life also. Okay. Next, any questions in this shloka? Okay. So Anantaram Surya Bhagini.
महोदय सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि ईक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः सर्वभूतस्थं भूतस्थं आत्मानं आत्मन शब्दं द्वितीय एकवचनं.
Sarvabhutastham also is akaranta pumlinga dvitiya vibhakti ekavachana.
अकारांत पुल्लिंग एकवचनं.
Dvitiya vibhakti ekavachana.
द्वितीय सर्वभूतस्थं सर्वभूतानि सर्वभूतान् కదా ఇది
Sarvabhutani. So napumsakalinga
सर्वभूतानि
dvitiya vibhakti.
द्वितीय विभक्ति बहुवचनं. च च अव्ययम् आत्मने आत्मन शब्दं सप्तमे एकवचनं. ईक्षते ईक्षते लट्लकारं ईक्ष धातुः प्रथम वचनं.
Sorry, prathama purusha ekavachana.
प्रथम पुरुष एकवचनं. योगयुक्तात्मा आत्मन शब्दं वदे प्रथम एकवचनं पुल्लिंगं. सर्वत्र अव्ययं समदर्शनः दर्शन शब्दం అవుతుంది ఇది.
దర్శన్
సమదర్శన్ శబ్దం అవుతుందా?
Samadarshanaha. Let me see once. Darshan is there, but here what they have used. Darshana actually. Samadarshanaha is given, no? So darshana. Akaranta pumlinga.
ప్రథమ ఏకవచనం. తదార్థంగా యోగయుక్తాత్మ సమాహిత చిత్తః సర్వత్ర సర్వేషు సమదర్శనః తుల్యదృష్టిః ఆత్మానం ఖం సర్వభూతస్థం నిఖిలభూతస్థితం ఆత్మని చ స్వస్మిన్ చ సర్వభూతాని సకలభూతాని ఈక్షతే అవలోకయతి. అన్వయః యోగయుక్తాత్మా సర్వత్ర సమదర్శనః ఆత్మానం సర్వభూతస్థం ఆత్మని చ సర్వభూతాని ఈక్షతే. తాత్పర్యం సమాహితాంతఃకరణః సహ ఆత్మానం సర్వేషు అపి భూతేషు పశ్యతి. ఆత్మనే చ సర్వాణ్యపి భూతాని పశ్యతి. स्थावरजङ्गमादिषु सर्वेषु अपि सः निर्विशेषतया ब्रह्म पश्यति। प्रश्नः योगयुक्तात्मा कीदृशः ईक्षते? योगयुक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः ईक्षते। सर्वत्र समदर्शनः योगी आत्मनेकानि पश्यति। सर्वत्र समदर्शनः योगी आत्मने सर्वभूतानि पश्यति। योगयुक्तात्मा किं किम् ईक्षते? योगयुक्तात्मा आत्मानं सर्वभूतस्थं संयम आत्मने सर्वभूतानि ईक्षते। सर्वत्र समदर्शनः योगी आत्मने कानि पश्यति? सर्वत्र समदर्शनः योगी आत्मने सर्वभूतस्थं पश्यति। सर्वभूतस्थं पश्यति। व्याकरणं सन्धिः चात्मने चा प्लस आत्मने सवर्ण दीर्घ संधि। समासः सर्वभूतानि सर्वाणि भूतानि कर्मधारयः। सर्वभूतस्थं सर्वभूतेषु तिष्ठति इति सर्वभूतस्थः। कर्तरि कप्रत्ययः उपपदसमासश्च। योगयुक्तात्मा योगेन युक्तः योगयुक्तः। तृतीया तत्पुरुषः। योगयुक्तः आत्मा यस्य सः बहुव्रीहिः। समदर्शनः समं दर्शनं यस्य सः बहुव्रीहिः।
So whenever there is a Kriya Padam in the Vigraha Vakyam, it will be a Upapada Samasa. So Sarva Bhuteshu Tishtati iti Sarva Bhutasthaha. And Dvitiya Vibhakti Sarva Bhutastam. So that is Upapada Samasa. Okay. So Atra Kriya Padam Kim?
Yikshate Kriya Padam.
Kartrupadam?
Kartrupadam Sarva Bhutastam. Yoga Yuktatma.
Yoga Yuktatma Ikshate. Kidrishaha Yoga Yuktatma Ikshate.
Sarvatra Samadarshanaha Yoga Yuktatma.
Sarvatra Samadarshanaha Yoga Yuktatma Ikshate. Kam Ikshate?
Sarvabhutani Ikshate.
Sarvabhutani Sarvabhutastham Atmanam Cha Ikshate.
Atmani Ikshate.
So here Sarvabhutani Atmanam. These are two different things. So Sarvabhutani Ikshate Atmanam Ikshate. Sarvabhutastham Atmanam. Sarvabhutastham is Visheshana to Atmanam. Kutra Ikshate Atmani Ikshate.
Atmani Ikshate.
So here basically the Tatparyam of this is Samahitantah Karana Saha Atmanam Sarveshu api Bhuteshu Pashyati. Atmani cha Sarvanyapi Bhutani Pashyati. Sthavara Jangamadishu Sarveshu api Saha Nirvisheshataya Brahma Pashyati. So Sthavara Jangama means moving and immovable. In all these, Samadarshanaha will see Brahma. In all these things, in everything, Sarva Bhutani, in all the other pranis, in Sthavara and Jangama Vastuni, and in the self also. He will see Paramatma only, the Parabrahma only he will see. So such kind of a person only is called Samadarshanaha. Okay, so he sees Paramatma in everything and everything as Paramatma. Both ways. So everything is a part of Paramatma. In that sense, he will see. And how will somebody become this Samadarshanaha? By practicing Yoga Abhyasam. Without Yoga Abhyasam, one cannot become Samadarshanaha. Okay, because we have been given this Maitri, Karuna, Muditam, Upeksha. So Maitri itself, if we practice to some extent, we can become Samadarshinaha. Maitri means looking at others' success, feeling happy for others' success. So as much as we feel happy about our own success, the same way if we are able to feel happy about others, then that itself samadarshanaha. And we feeling compassionate about others' problems or dukkham. So when they are suffering from something, feeling the pain, we cannot do much to alleviate their pain, but still feeling that compassion, that also is a samadarshanaha. So whatever we do to comfort ourselves when we are in dukkham, the same thing we can offer to them within our capacity. Within our capacity. So that all these, if we practice, automatically that samadarshanam we can obtain. And he who is able to do that, only such a person, or who practices yoga abhyasam, because yoga abhyasam involves all these. That is why first those are mentioned in the shloka. So this prashanta manasam. So to have prashanta manasam, these four have to be practiced. So when we practice all these four, then automatically that samadarshanatvam also we will obtain. And such a person, once we obtain that samadarshanatvam, then we automatically can, it will be easy for us to see Paramatma everywhere, right? When with everything, if we feel happy for everything as much as we feel happy for ourselves, then that is seeing everyone in the same way, and Paramatma. Ultimate goal is seeing Paramatma in everything. So we can practice it like when somebody is being really difficult with us, we have to remind ourselves there is Paramatma in them. So let us focus on the Paramatma and not this outside qualities or behavior. Okay, there is a Paramatma inside, but this right now that Paramatma is not visible, but I have to focus that there is Paramatma within this person. So let me just be compassionate about that part. So say, for example, a person is very successful, but he's also very arrogant. So he always boasts or belittles us. Oh, you are not able to do, I am able to do. See, I'm successful. We have to feel happy for his success just by ignoring all that other talk. That other talk, okay, we should ignore. We should learn to ignore that other talk. Okay, at least he's successful. So which is good for him. So hopefully, he will do something with his success, something good. So we should only hope for that and ignore his other remarks. If we only focus on the remarks that he says, then we are unable to practice that samadarshanaha. So we are unable to see Paramatma in him. It is difficult. It is not easy to practice. But if we want to practice and such things for our own, we are not doing any benefit to that other person. Our own manas will be prashanta, right? So that we have to remember. If we remember that I am not doing any benefit to that other person by feeling happy for his success, it is only for my own prashanta manas. So once we have a prashanta manas, our body and mind will be clear. And once our body and mind are clear, then we will be able to focus on our lakshyam and move forward. So that is how we have to train our mind. I think that will make it more easy. That shows a little bit of selfishness, because we are doing it for our own good. By practicing all this, we can keep our mind at peace. That is a little bit of selfishness, it appears like. But it is okay, because we are not harming anyone by thinking in that way. We are trying to get on to the right path with a little bit of that, benefit for ourselves, right? So which is still okay. To climb the first few steps, it is okay to constantly think, I am doing this for myself, for my own benefit. That is still okay, because that is still benefiting people around us and ourselves. So that is still fine. So in that way, I think if we practice, it will become easy for us to practice. So many people, that also they have trouble. When we ask them to forgive somebody, they feel that they are doing a favor to that other person by forgiving them and letting go of that anger. But we have to realize that by letting go of the anger, we are the ones who are benefiting. That other person don't even know all that anger that is built up inside ourselves, right? they will do something and go, and we will feel angry, and we are the ones who are suffering. We are not able to focus on anything. You can see the changes in your body if you are really angry or sad or jealous, or any of these negative feelings only affect our body, not towards that person whom we have these feelings. Nothing will happen to them. We will be suffering. So the minute we realize that and practice to just let go of all such things, we will be at peace of mind, and we can have that prashanta manas and focus on what is important to make our progress towards the yoga abhyasa. So that is what this shloka is telling. So sarva bhutastam atmanam sarva bhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. So such a person will look at everything with equal mind, and he will see the Paramatma in everything. So here also, yeah, that is what is told. This is the first step. This is the prathama sthai of obtaining the samadhi. This is the very first step towards the samadhi. Okay? Okay. Anantaram.
Excuse me. Upeksha is ignore others' negative comments. Is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So sometimes we find ourselves complaining about what others have done, which is unfair, right?
Yes.
We find ourselves complaining. So of course, it is something, whatever they did is wrong. That is fine. And we are aware it is also fine. It is okay to mention it once or twice for a practical purpose, like to find a solution or whatever. But constantly talking about others' faults is not going to take us anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So that we have to avoid, because that will again disturb our mind, and it is not benefiting us in any way.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So then, Ravi Shankar Mahodaya.
मान्ये पठामि। यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति। यः मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्य अहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति। यः अकारान्तः यद् सर्वनामशब्दः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं।
दकारान्तः वदति वा?
दकारान्तः महोदय, दकारान्तः यद् शब्दः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन। माम् अकारान्तः अस्मत् शब्दः तृतीया विभक्ति एकवचन। पश्यति दृश् धातु प्रथमपुरुष एकवचन। सर्वत्र अव्ययम्। सर्वं सर्व अकारान्त सर्वनाम शब्दः द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं च अव्ययम्। मयि अस्मत् शब्दः सप्तमी विभक्ति एकवचनं। पश्यति पुनरपि दृश् धातुः प्रथमपुरुष एकवचनं। तस्य दकारान्तः तद् शब्दः षष्ठी विभक्ति एकवचनम्। अहम् अस्मत् शब्दः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं न अव्ययम्। प्रणश्यति प्र उपसर्गः नश् धातुः प्रथमपुरुष एकवचनम् उत्तमपुरुष एकवचनम्। उत्तमपुरुष एकवचनं। सः तद् सर्वनाम शब्दः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं च अव्ययम्। मे अस्मत् शब्दः षष्ठी विभक्ति एकवचनं न अव्ययम्। प्रणश्यति प्र उपसर्गपूर्वक नश् धातु प्रथमपुरुष एकवचनं।
सो अत्र मे इति शब्दम् अस्मत् शब्दस्य चतुर्थी एकवचनमपि भवितुम् अर्हति।
आम्। आम्
So here in this shloka, in this context, Chaturthi Ekavachanameva.
आम् आम् चतुर्थी एकवचनं वा षष्ठी एकवचनं महोदय षष्ठी एकवचनम् इति मन्ये
No, both are there. Both are
Ah.
valid analysis. But
Ah.
here in this shloka,
Ah.
saha me na pranashyati. So, like he will not be destroyed
or disappearing
because of me. Because of. So, in that sense, we can take it as Chaturthi.
Okay. Right.
Hmm.
पदार्थः यः यः पुरुषः मां सर्वत्र सर्वप्रदेशेषु पश्यति ईक्षते सर्वञ्च निखिलमपि मयि परमात्मनि पश्यति अवलोकयति तस्य पुरुषस्य अहं ब्रह्मरूपः अहं न प्रणश्यामि न परोक्षः भवामि सः च सोऽपि मे मम न प्रणश्यति न परोक्षः भवति अन्वयः यः मां सर्वत्र पश्यति सर्वञ्च मयि पश्यति तस्य अहं न प्रणश्यामि सः च मे न प्रणश्यति तात्पर्यं यः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मां पश्यति मयि सर्वमपि भूतजातं पश्यति तस्य कदापि अहं परोक्षतां न गच्छामि सोऽपि मम परोक्षतां न गच्छति माधुमतं पठामि वा
पठतु महोदय
यः ब्रह्मादित्रणान्तेषु स्थितं भगवन्तं पश्यति ब्रह्मादिजगत् तदधीनं च पश्यति सः सदा भगवद्भक्तः भवति भगवान् तस्य योगक्षेमं वहति प्रश्नाः योगी भगवन्तं कुत्र पश्यति योगी भगवन्तं सर्वत्र पश्यति योगी सर्वं च कुत्र पश्यति योगी सर्वं च भगवती पश्यति भगवान् कस्य न प्रणश्यति भगवान् आत्मानं सर्वभूतस्थं आत्मनि च सर्वभूतानि न प्रणश्यति योगी कस्य न प्रणश्यति योगी भगवतः न प्रणश्यति व्याकरणं संधिः ये मां यः मां विसर्गसन्धिः सकारः रेफः उकारः गुणः सः च विसर्गसन्धिः विसर्गस्य लोपः
सो अत्र क्रियापदं
पश्यति प्रणश्यामि प्रणश्यति
सो अत्र प्रथमं पश्यति यः मां सर्वत्र पश्यति सर्वं च मयि पश्यति सो हियर दीस टू आर रिलेटेड saha comes later but with saha itself there are two sentences
yes
yaha mam sarvatra pashyati sarvam cha pashyati
mayi pashyati
cha okay so he who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me saha aham na pranashyami सः मे प्रणश्यति
तस्य अपि अस्ति किल
मे न
तस्य अहं न प्रणश्यामि सः च मे न प्रणश्यति
अगेन सः मे न प्रणश्यति so basically he who sees me in everything and he who sees everything in me
I will not disappear to him
I will not disappear to him and he will also not disappear upon me. In that sense, we can take.
Yes.
So here in this context, there is a small story. So basically, about recognizing, there is one Upasakaha, Nrisimha Upasakaha. He worships on Lord Nrisimha. So he sees everything in everything he will be seeing this Nrsimha only.
Okay.
So one day what happens, he is going and he will see one Swamiji, some Narasimha Saraswati Swamiji going in a pallaki.
Okay.
So then he doesn't feel good. How can Swamiji go in a pallaki? Why does he need that kind of show or whatever? So he doesn't feel good about it, and so he will turn away his face and he will be walking. But then he will think, no, this kind of thought is also not good. So let me clear my mind. So he closes his eyes. But when he closes his eyes, he will see this Narasimha Saraswati Swamiji instead of Nrsimha, like how he always sees. So then he's wondering, why is this Swamiji coming into my mind? I am trying not to think about him, and then why is he coming? So then he will open his eyes, and everywhere he sees the Pallaki also. In the place of Pallaki also, he will see the Narasimha Saraswati Swamiji. In the trees around, he will see. Everywhere he will see this only. The Swamiji only. So the Swamiji then comes to him and says, is anything bothering you? Why are you looking, a little upset? So then he will say, yes, actually, I am Nrsimha Swami Upasakaha. I see him everywhere and in everything. But when you were passing by, this thought came to my mind, he is a Swamiji. Why does he need a pallaki? Why can't he simply walk? That kind of thought came to me. But I realized that that is not a good thought. So I tried to close my eyes and then I can see nothing but you. Why are you appearing? So then he says, see, so where has your yoga abhyasa gone? You have done so much of yoga abhyasa. Why are you not able to, without realizing why I am going in a pallaki? There might be some reason why I am going in that pallaki. But without realizing or giving it a second thought, maybe there is some reason without even thinking, reasonably, you felt that what I was doing is not correct. So you were not able to see Paramatma in me. So that is the reason why. So for you to realize that it is easy for us to see Paramatma in the things that we like, right? Like we also discussed this about, what is that boy's name? Dhruva.
Dhruva.
So he practices, upon Narada's advice, he will perform tapas. And he will ask for this abhyasa. And then Narada will tell him, you have to practice this, you have to perform this tapas to attain moksha. You have to see Paramatma in everything. Only then you will be able to attain moksha. He will go first to start with just for the blessings from Lord Vishnu, so that he will be able to go and sit on his father's lap. But once he starts that, he will want to attain moksha. So then the Lord will come and tell, see, you failed in one place. You are unable to see the Paramatma in your stepmother. So that is why you still need more abhyasa. So you will continue to live on the earth, do your duties as a king, and perform all these yagas. And then eventually you will be able to attain moksha once you have this samadarshanam. So similarly here also, this particular upasakaha, though he was able to practice it so well until he saw this person and he got this little negative feeling about that person, he was not able to see the Paramatma in him. So to make him realize that whether you like or not, there might be things that we like, there will be things that we don't like. But in everything, we should be able to see the Paramatma. But how we do in the things that we like, it is easy for us to see Paramatma. In the things that we don't like, how can we see Paramatma in him? He does so many bad things. He always does all, harmful things. How can we see? The question will come to us also.
Yes.
So we have to remind ourselves that within each being, the Paramatma is there. That outside things, whatever they do, good or bad, is because of their punya and papa from the previous lives, and they are just or the samskaras from their previous lives.
Anchita
Those
karmas.
are making them do such things. So they have to get rid of all those only through experiencing, only through doing. That is something that they have to cross. So that if we remind ourselves that it is because of their purva janma samskaras and papa punyams that they are doing it, then it will become easy for us to not focus on such things and only focus on the Paramatma that is within them. So here also that Narasimha Saraswati Swamiji will say the same thing. See, I came in this form so that you will realize where you are failing. You are such a great Upasakaha. You are able to see Narasimha Swami everywhere in everything, but you failed to see here in one person. So such things for you to realize that I made you see me everywhere.
Okay.
So that is the reason why you were seeing this Narasimha Saraswati Swamiji everywhere. So that is again my thing, the Maya that I have done. Okay, and you are, because you have such kind of yoga abhyasa, you are able to analyze, you are trying to analyze why you are able to see and all this. So this is where you have failed. So that also if you practice and overcome, then you will again have this Samadarshanam. So like that, we have to realize that this Samadarshanam, we have to practice with every prani, whether we like it or not. May or may not. Even among animals also, some animals we like because they are cute or beneficial for the humans, and some we look at them as indespicable things, right? We don't like them. But we have to realize that all creatures are from the Paramatma only. There is a reason why there are so many kinds of creatures. Every creature has a purpose on this creation, in this world. There is a reason for everything. So that we have to realize, and we should not have a low opinion on certain animals, a good opinion on certain things. Similarly, on people also, we have to only focus on every creature is God made. Every creature is part of that Paramatma. There is a purpose for everything, the good and the bad. It is like in a society, there are people who are doing all kinds of jobs. Some people work as priests. Some people work as farmers. Some people work as protecting the country. Some people work as cleaners. How can we say that the people who are cleaning are any less than people who are ruling? A ruler is as much needed as a cleaner. A cleaner is as much needed as a ruler. Without one or the other, the society cannot be balanced. The farmer is also equally important. Only with protecting the country can people be fed? No. So similarly, we have to understand that every person has a role. Like that, every animal, though it might appear as, how do you say, destroying the environment or whatever, it might appear like that, but there is an inner purpose for that creation. Because without any purpose, nothing can be created by the creator. Nothing is created as a waste. If we think that there is no purpose for this particular thing, it means that we don't have enough knowledge about it. Like how I always try to say, like even in a human body, this appendix, doctors say that this appendix does not do anything. So whenever there is a pain, they simply remove it. So far, nothing has been discovered about the use of the appendix. But I think that we still do not have the knowledge of understanding the significance of that part in our body. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have any role. In the God's creation, that there is nothing which is created without any purpose. That is the kind of mindset if we have, then we'll try to explore what the purpose of that is. But if you already decided, oh, there is no use of that, then you are not going to look to try and find out what is the purpose of that. Maybe several centuries later, they will find the purpose of that. Until then, like many things have happened like that, right? Something is discovered, we believe in that for so many centuries, and then suddenly they will say there is no Pluto planet. Like that, like that, there will always be things that we don't know. Whatever we know right now, we cannot say that this is everything.
Yes.
This is what we know as of now with the resources that we have, whatever we have discovered, this is what we know right now. But again, there might be so much more to learn. So with that mindset, if we are there, then it will be easy for us to practice this Samadarshana.
Yes.
So that is with this shloka. Any questions, anyone here? So here this tasya can be taken, the meaning, though it is in Shashti Vibhakti. So that is why the may also, you might be tempted to mark it as Shashti Vibhakti, because tasya is in Shashti Vibhakti. Tasya aham na pranashyami. So may, saha may na pranashyati. So here may also can be taken as Shashti because tasya is in Shashti. But
Shashti,
tasya
yes.
here really doesn't mean in the sense of Shashti Vibhakti. Tasmai. Tasmai aham na pranashyami. To him, I will not be lost. He does not lose me.
So there also Chaturthi only comes.
Chaturthi. So though it is given as tasmai, it is meant in the sense of tasmai. To him, I am not lost, and to me, he is not lost.
Okay.
So in that sense, we can take.
Okay.
Okay. So
Dhanyawadaha,
next,
Mahoday.
Astu Mahoday. So next, who would like to read? Lakshmi Narayana Mahodaya.
अस्तु महोदय नमस्ते
Namaste Mahodaya.
सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां भजत्येकत्वमास्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि स योगी मयि वर्तते पदार्थः प्रथम पदच्छेदः सर्वभूतस्थितं यः मां भजति एकत्वम् आस्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानः अपि स योगी मयि वर्तते सर्वभूतस्थितं तु नकारान्तपुल्लिङ्गः द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचन यः सर्वनाम शब्द यः यः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन मां मां वाम्नो अस्मान्नः अस्मत् शब्द द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचन भजति भजति तो प्रथमा पुरुष भज धातु प्रथम पुरुष एकवचन एकत्वम् एकत्वं तत्र कंबाइंड एकत्वं पुल्लिंग प्रथमा द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनम् आस्थितः आस्थितः प्रथमा पुरुष प्रथम विभक्ति एकवचन अत्र सर्वथा सर्वनाम अव्यय अव्यय वर्तमानः अपि वर्तमानः अत्रापि
वृत्त धातु
वृत्त धातु शानिच वृत्त धातु शानच प्रत्यय वर्तमानः
प्रथमा विभक्ति
एकवचन अपि अव्यय सः तत्सर्वनाम शब्द प्रथम पुरुष प्रथम विभक्ति एकवचन योगी योगिन शब्द योगिन शब्द प्रथम पुरुष प्रथम विभक्ति एकवचन मयि अस्मत् शब्द सप्तमी विभक्ति एकवचन तन्न वर्तते वृत् वर्तते आत्मनेपदी प्रथम पुरुष एकवचन पदार्थः एकत्वम् ऐक्यम् आस्थितः आश्रितः यः यः मानवः सर्वभूतस्थितं सकलप्राणिषु वर्तमानं मां मां भजति सेवते सह योगी सह युक्तः सर्वथा सर्वप्रकारेण वर्तमानः अपि स्थितः अपि मयि परमात्मनि वर्तते तिष्ठति अन्वयः एकत्वम् आस्थितः यः सर्वभूतस्थितं मां भजति सः योगी सर्वथा वर्तमानः अपि मयि वर्तते। तात्पर्यं सर्वेषु भूतेषु वर्तमानं मां यः एकत्वमास्थितः सन् भजति सः योगी सर्वप्रकारैः वर्तमानः अपि मयि एव भवति। माध्वमतम् एकत्वमास्थितः सर्वत्र नियामकत्वेन भगवान् एक एव वर्तते इति ज्ञानवान् योगी। प्रश्नाः भगवान् कीदृशः भगवान् सर्वभूतस्थितः योगी भगवन्तं कीदृशः सन् भजति योगी भगवन्तं एकत्वम् आस्थितं सन्
आस्थितः
आस्थितः
आस्थितः सन् भजति
भजति। योगी कुत्र वर्तते योगी सर्वथा सर्व वर्तमानेऽपि योगी
So here Mayi indicates Bhagavan. So Bhagavati vartate.
भगवती वर्तते भगवती वर्तते मयि मयि भगवती। कीदृशः योगी भगवती वर्तते सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि सा योगी भगवती वर्तते। व्याकरणं संधिः यो मां यः प्लस मां विसर्गसन्धि सकार रेफः उकार गुणः भजत्येकत्वं भजति प्लस एकत्वं यणसन्धि वर्तमानोऽपि वर्तमानः अपि विसर्गसन्धि सकार रेफः उकार गुणः पूर्वरूपञ्च स योगी सः योगी विसर्गसन्धि लोपः। अनन्तरं समासः सर्वभूतस्थितं सर्वभूतेषु स्थितः तं सप्तमी तत्पुरुषः कृदन्तः आस्थितः आस्थितः प्रत्यय आस्थातु
उपसर्ग स्था धातु
उपसर्गो स्था धातु तान् वर्तमानः वृत्त प्लस लट् शानच् प्रत्यय वर्तमानः तद्धितान्तः एकत्वम् एक प्लस त्व भावे एकस्य भावः इत्यर्थः।
सो अत्र क्रियापदानि कानि
क्रियापदानि तु भजति अन्यत् वर्तते।
सो कः भजति
यः
यः मां भजति सो कीदृशः
योगी भगवान कीदृशः भगवान तु आस्थितः एकत्वम् आस्थितः
एकत्वम् आस्थितः यः मां भजति कीदृशं मां सर्वभूतस्थितं माम् एकत्वम् आस्थितः यः सर्वभूतस्थितं मां भजति सः योगी वर्तमानः सर्वथा वर्तमानः मयि वर्तते। So he who observes this ekatvam or practices ekatvam sarvabhutassthitam mam and mam bhajati. And what kind of mam? Sarvabhutassthitam mam. So sarvabhutassthitam is in me where all the sarvabhutani are there.
Available in everybody. Everything.
So in me where all the sarvabhutani are there, such kind of me with ekatva bhavam, he who worships me, such a person will be yogi. Such a yogi will stay within me. Okay, Mai Vartamanaha Vartate. Saha yogi, Mai Sarvatha Vartamanaha Vartate. He will always be in me. So he who looks at everything with that Samadarshanam, he will always be in me.
Vartamanaha means Vartamana Kala, not only Vartamana Kala, always.
Always, yes. Sarvatha, in all ways.
In all ways.
Vartamanaha. Ante he has to be in that state of mind always. That is why that word itself is in Shanach. So it's Vartamana Samana Kalam. Like Saha Pathan Gachati.
Pathan Gachati.
So
doing that word. While walking, he reads.
Yes. So similarly, here also, while he is in that state of mind, of Samabhavana, then he will be in me. Such a kind of yogi will be in me.
Correct.
So that we always forget, right? When we think that we know
he is superior, I am low, inferior, or in other way.
We know that Paramatma is everywhere, but still we think when we are doing certain things, we think nobody is watching us. So that is when we need to also remember that presence of Paramatma should always be in our mind. So whenever we think we are alone, we have to also immediately come to our mind that no, we are not alone. Paramatma is here. He is there in everything. He is watching. With that will also give us the strength, right? Many times people feel lonely, but if they constantly remember that Paramatma is in everything around us, then that loneliness feeling also will not be there. That will give us a lot of strength. So we should not forget that. And even for people who think they are doing bad things or without anybody watching them, for them also it will become easy for them to overcome those bad habits if they know that Paramatma is watching them. Because many times people do things thinking that nobody is watching.
Nobody is watching, correct.
But if we remember that Paramatma is watching, then automatically our thoughts, see, when we are thinking in our mind also, people will think whatever I'm thinking in my mind, nobody knows. But if we remember that Paramatma is there and he knows what we are thinking, then automatically we'll try to, overcome such negative qualities so that we can move forward. So in any aspect, if we practice this Samadarshana and that Paramatma is everywhere in everything, then it will help us to follow in the right path much easily. So any questions in this shloka? Anyone?
That Subhashita is also there. No? Atmotsara bhutani pashyati sapashyati.
Yes.
Shunichaiva supakashu pandita samadarshinaha.
Yes, yes. Astu. So Anantaram Srinivasacharya Mahodaya Patitum Ichchati va? Okay, Lakshmi Bhagini, Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
भगिनी समयः किञ्चिदेव अस्ति 10 निमेषाः एव.
So you want to stop here?
भवत्याः विवरण कृते समयः न भवति.
Okay, so we shall stop here then. And we'll continue in the next class. So any questions so far? Okay, then Shanti Mantram Patiti va?
ఒక చిన్న సందేహం ఉంది భగిని. మనం ఎంత తెలుగులోనే చెప్తాను, క్షమించాలి నన్ను. మనము ఎంత తమాయించుకుందాం అనుకున్నా కూడా కొంతమంది మనల్ని ఆ శాంతి భావనతో ఉండనివ్వట్లేదు. ఎందుకని?
అది we will come across such situations. No matter how much we think that we have everything under control, it will happen. Reason we only should sit and think why we are getting upset. Is it because we have some kind of expectation from them that they will not hurt us? Or such things we have to think. But one thing what I would like to suggest is whatever they think and say is not true. Definitely. Sometimes it might be true. If it is true, then we need to mend our ways. If it is not true, then we should not worry about them. That is how we can overcome. If somebody makes a negative remark about us, first you think about what they said, and if it is true, whatever I did, does it really, whatever they said, does it apply? If we really find a mistake in or whatever they said is true, then okay, we will take it positively. We have to change our own way of doing. But if it is not true, then don't worry about it because it is not true. It is their problem to say something which is not true. Okay, so whatever I am doing, does that apply? No. So whatever I'm doing is fine. So let me just go forward. Ignore that. Because if we start, sometimes it is easy, sometimes it might hurt us very much that we will be disturbed for a few days until we overcome that, days or weeks or months, how much ever time in that particular scenario. But we have to practice to be strong, and that is the only way you can become strong, by thinking it is they who said, that is their fault, it is not my fault. So why should I feel bad about something somebody has done, because I don't have control over what they do. People can talk many things. We cannot have control over what they do. So why should we feel bad about what we don't have control on?
Correct.
Right? So
in spite of knowing that, sometimes we still feel that pain.
We will feel. It will take some abhyasa to start ignoring and let it not bothering us. It will take some abhyasa. But the beautiful thing is, once we have that abhyasa and we are able to ignore their remarks and just go, whenever they say such things, just give a small smile and just move forward. With no, you should not even have anything in your mind, not simply smiling outside, but feeling bad inside. We have to learn to completely ignore it to the point that we are simply just giving a smile and move forward. You will see that they will change. After few times, they will definitely change. They will stop giving such remarks, and they will even confide in you. Whatever was, because even they are facing some kind of problem. That is the reason why they are saying such things. Because inside there is a lot of struggle that they are going on. That is what is making them do such things. So, if from our side, if we let it go and completely not act upon it, they will realize. In every situation, it can take different time. For some people, only a couple of times, and they will realize. For some people, it can take several years. Like that, it can change from one scenario to another, depending on the people involved and the situations and all that. But they will definitely change, and they will come back to you, and they will even confide in you whatever is bothering them, to do such things, to be harsh with you or whatever.
True.
So we need to have that patience, and that abhyasa is needed. It is not easy initially, but the way we look at it, if we change, then because see, they are suffering from something, some mental agony, some disturbances. That is the reason why they do what they do. So we have to feel sorry for them. They are going through so much things. So that is why they are feeling like that. They don't have the patience to deal with, certain things. So they are saying such things, hurtful things. So, okay, let me give them that time. Let them take it out. Maybe it will make them feel lighter. But we have to ignore because we don't have control on everything. That also we have to realize.
That is
So
true.
the minute we understand that, it will be easy for us also to let go. And once we let go of it, automatically they also will realize their mistake. See, one time they can make a mistake. Two times any person can make a mistake. Third time, any person will realize whatever I am doing is not correct, especially when that other person is not responding. See, when somebody says something bad or mean things to us, if we also say something back to them, they will think, okay, I have said, they have said, it is even. So next time again, there is a chance they might say something. But if we don't say something, at least after n number of times, they will realize they are only saying everything. From our side, there is no response. So that will definitely change them. Because everybody is human. So they will learn at one point or the other, they will understand that. So I strongly believe in that. It might take the number of times might be different with person to person, but they will realize that they might not change completely, but at least towards us, their behavior will change.
Okay.
And slowly with one person they change, they are bound to change with every person. So that also will slowly help them also. So we have to learn to let go and not take it to heart.
Astu Bhagini. Avagata.
And sometimes if it is somebody really close to us, like a immediate family, we can actually sit and talk to them. You know, you said this. I would like to know what made you say such a thing. So sometimes simply talking out can also resolve many things. Some lack of communication is the main problem these days, because everybody starts imagining things in their own mind. So that also is causing some misunderstanding. So sitting and talking also will help.
Some people, they live only a life of parasites for their whole lives, Bhagini. In spite of what you're telling, some may not realize that. But still, if we ignore them, maybe after a period of time, they may realize.
Yes, they will definitely. And even if they don't, again, that is, see, I always tell we are studying Bhagavad Gita shlokas, means we have done something really, some good deeds we have done for us to get this opportunity now, right?
To realize something which we are supposed to know.
So they are not there yet. They are on their path. Everybody, see, when we are walking on a street, we see very young children, like young adolescents and teenagers and some people of our age and older age and very old people. So we cannot say a very young person, "Arey, you are much younger than me. See, I am much older than you." We cannot say that, right? Because everybody comes at their own time. Similarly, this spiritual path and that spirituality comes to people at their own pace. We cannot look down upon people who are still, just in the beginning of that spiritual path, because we are also behind so many people. There are so many other people who are far ahead in spiritual path than us. Similarly, there might be people who are still at a very beginning phase compared to us. Like that, everybody is in their own path and they are traveling in their own pace. So there is no, we are ahead of somebody or somebody is behind us, nothing like that. Everybody has their own place. So we just have to move forward with that. Then we won't be hurt, and eventually they will also understand.
Astu Bhagini. Dhanyavadalu. Mataji, one question. Bhaveyu is what is the exact meaning in English? Bhaveyu.
Bhaveyu. That is
always I take by using this Bhaveyu. I don't know the exact.
Bhaveyu ityarthe sambhavana va?
Yeah, it is bhudhatu only, Bhagini.
Yeah. That I know, but meaning
it may happen.
May happen.
It may happen, it may not happen, but it may happen. You can take it as.
Okay.
According to the context, you can take it.
Bhaveyu. Okay.
So Bhaveyuhu, there is a visarga or no?
Bhaveyuhu.
Yeah. So Visarga
Is there any different? Yes.
So it is Vidhilin Lakara. You Sambhavana Vidhilin or Vidhilin? Sambhavana Lin Lakara or Vidhilin Lakara. It can be either one of those. If it is Sambhavana, probability. So it may or may not happen. If it is Vidhilin, it has to happen in that sense.
Okay. Without Visarga, it is.
No, with Visarga only, I am saying.
With
but
Visarga.
whenever you saw there is no Visarga.
Bhaveyuhu means Vidhiling. Probability of.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So Lakshmi Bhagini, Shanti
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavadah Bhagini.
So this shloka actually applies to what we have discussed today. So Sarve Santu Niramayaha. So good for everybody. Wishing good for everybody. So that shloka also we can remember.
Yes.
Okay. Dhanyavadaha. Shubhratri Sarvebhyaha.